Last week, during the quarantine period, the hotel that the Miami Heat were staying at.
Hey basketball fans, welcome back to our channel, where we bring you the latest insights and updates from the world of sports. Today we're diving deep into the career of one of the NBA's most dynamic players, Jimmy Butler. But here's a twist. Is his career in trouble? Let's explore. Before we jump into the current state of Jimmy Butler's career, let's take a quick trip down memory lane. Born on September 14, 1989 in Houston, Texas, Jimmy Butler has carved out a reputation as a tenacious, hardworking, and skilled basketball player. He entered the NBA in 2011, selected as a 30th overall pick by the Chicago Bulls. Butler's early years with the Bulls showcased his potential, and he quickly became a key player on the team. Known for his defensive prowess and ability to score in crucial moments, he earned multiple All-Star selections and All-Defensive Team honors. His journey continued with stints at the Minnesota Timberwolves and the Philadelphia 76ers, where he further solidified his status as a top-tier talent. Now, fast forward to the present. Despite Butler's undeniable skills, his career seems to be facing a unique set of challenges. Injuries, team dynamics, and the ever-evolving landscape of the NBA have raised questions about the future trajectory of his career. Let's talk about Jimmy Butler and the Miami Heat. Remember when they reached the finals in 2020 but fell short against the Lakers? A lot of folks brushed it off, saying it was too early for the young guns like Bam Adebayo and rookie Tyler Herro. Fast forward 2 years, and they're knocking on the finals door again, but face the same old problem. Jimmy's not a championship scorer. He straight up admits it during the 2023 finals, saying, "I'm not a scorer." He emphasizes that scoring a bunch in one game doesn't define him. Winning does. He'd happily pass the ball if it meant getting the W. Now, in the first round against the Bucks as the 8th seed, Jimmy goes all out, dropping 38 points per game. It's like he's channeling his inner Michael Jordan. In games 4, 5, and 6 against Boston, he cools off a bit, but bounces back in the crucial Game 7, taking 28 shots. More than he took the whole season because, well, they needed it. But then, in the finals, especially in that clinching Game 5 against Denver, Butler goes 2 for 10 through 3 quarters. Playoffs Jimmy was missing. When the game was on the line with 27 seconds left, he passed the ball straight to the other team. Ouch! Here's the kicker. Miami's persistent problem. Jimmy admits he's not a scorer, but they haven't done much to fix that. The team needed scoring power, especially in those critical moments. Can they keep relying on Butler's all-around game, or do they need to address this gap in their lineup? So picture this. One of the most clutch players ever, Jimmy Butler, ends up passing the ball to the other team. Yeah, I know. Hard to believe, right? Turns out, he might have been forced into the wrong role, and that's been a thorn in the Miami Heat's side, costing them chances at the coveted championship ring. But guess what? They've got one last shot to get it right. Jimmy's no spring chicken at 34, and there's a buzz in the NBA world. Damian Lillard wants out. And where does he want to go? Miami. But hold your horses, they lose out to the Bucks. Next up, Bradley Beal wants to join the Heat, but there's a snag with that no-trade clause. Meanwhile, the Suns swoop in and snatch him away. Now the big question is, will the Heat finally get Jimmy a true number one guy, or are they just destined to be a good team that never quite made it over the hump? So, some folks out there didn't think Dame and Bradley Beal were worth going all in for. Slim pickings, I know. But here's the kicker. Jimmy Butler heard all that chatter about the Heat's not-so-great offseason. Cue Media Day, and Jimmy rolls in with an emo haircut. Classic move. Now, they start the season a bit shaky at 1 for 4. But here's the plot twist. When no one was paying attention, Miami sneaks into a 7-game win streak. How, you ask? Well, their defense is on another level. They're rocking the 4th best D in the East, causing turnovers left and right, with 7 guys snagging at least a steal. Jimmy and Bam holding it down. Let's talk in depth. They've got this rookie, Jaime Hawks, delivering exactly what they hoped for from a 4-year college player. And Duncan Robinson? Remember when people said he had the worst contract in the NBA? Now he's back, doing the 50-40-90 thing and logging some serious minutes. Bam Adebayo is a defensive beast, no doubt. But here's the kicker. Defense isn't their issue. They need someone dropping 30+ on any given night. Enter Dame. He would have been a perfect fit. You know how Dame and Giannis are struggling in jail? Miami could have used Dame's firepower. Last year, before their epic playoff run, Miami was dead last in the NBA, scoring only 110 points per game. And in the finals, they failed to score in 4 or 5 games. How does that even happen? Alright folks, let's talk Heat and the need for a superstar. Pat Riley didn't seem too keen on making that big offer for Dame, leaving us to think, oh, we're fine without him. And hey, they never even dangled Tyler Hero in any trade talks. But here's the kicker. Their great chance took a hit. The 7-game win streak got snapped by the Bulls, and the offense hit a major roadblock. Bam scored 0 points in the 4th quarter. Yikes! Fast forward to a few nights later in New York, and it's deja vu. The Heat now boast the 2nd worst 4th quarter offense in the NBA. It's like watching a nightmare on repeat. Heat fans are gearing up to witness Jimmy Butler pull off amazing feats, but end up without a ring. Insane, right? So how can they fix this mess? Well, enter Zach LaVine. Rumors linked him to the Heat, but the team quickly shot that down, saying they're not interested. Why? Well, he's like an upgraded Tyler Hero, but with a way heftier price tag. The Heat would be in the second apron, and making trades under the new CBA would be a real headache. But here's the twist. They might not need a top 5 player, maybe a top 25 guy. Our man here has a list. At the top, we've got the champs, Jokic, Giannis, and Steph. Luka's in 4th, and despite never winning, he's a beast in the playoffs. KD, LeBron, and Kawhi follow, and they're the go-to guys in a Finals Game 7. Now, looking at targets, there are only 2 names, Donovan Mitchell and Pascal Siakam. Pascal's a versatile two-way player, but the better fit seems to be Mitchell. He's an explosive scorer. Clutch, exactly what the Heat need. Good news, he might be available. ESPN even threw in their 2 cents, saying, Donovan Mitchell signing an extension in Cleveland? No chance! Donovan Mitchell might be on the move because Cleveland wants to maximize his value before his contract ends next year. Heat Check dropped a sweet video showing how the Cavs play better without Mitchell. They're moving the ball around, not just standing around and watching Spider do his thing. But hold on, Mitchell won't come cheap. Miami hasn't been big on going all in, but to snag Mitchell, they've got to go all the way. Other teams, like the Sixers, are eyeing him too, so the Heat need to outbid the competition. What's their best offer? Donovan Mitchell for Tyler Hero, Jaime Hacks, and control of 5 first-round picks. It might sound like a lot, but hear me out. Cleveland isn't even keen on Bam Adebayo. They've got 2 solid young centers already, keeping Darius Garland at the point, slotting in Hero, who needs the ball less than Mitchell, and adding Hawks, who's killing it with steals, points, and solid shooting. It makes sense. And those 5 picks? That's a game changer. Sure, Mitchell is a one-way star, but time's ticking. Jimmy Butler is in his mid-30s, and unless he wants to be the next Charles Barkley, ringless, or the next Chris Paul, a Hall of Famer without a chip, they've got to make a move. Jimmy Butler's career faces challenges, evident in Miami's struggles. The need for a championship-caliber scorer persists. Time is ticking for Butler. What's the best move for the Heat? Share your thoughts in the comments. Hit the like button and subscribe for more in-depth sports analysis.